Hey there, good morning, and welcome to this week's Sunday Musings, where every week I go into something that's on my mind. And this week, I want to talk about Mental Health Awareness Month. I would bet that you, or someone you know and love, suffers from mental illness of some sort. There's a lot of stigma around mental health and mental disease and all of those things. And I just want to take a moment to maybe talk about this in a way and openly that might remove some of that shame and stigma. Let's think about and identify and name some of the different mental health issues that can be out there. Autism, depression, bipolar, anxiety, ADHD, all the kids running around with attention deficit disorder, mental health. Phobias and fears, addiction like drug, alcohol, gambling, nicotine, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, eating disorders like anorexia, bulimia, binge eating. Insomnia is actually mental health. Restless leg syndrome, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And there are many, many, many more. And it feels like a really overwhelming list. But really, that's just a tiny snapshot of all of the different things that fall under mental health. So I would invite you to think about mental health awareness with some compassion and with no stigma and no shame. Because some of the things I just talked about seem crazy. Like, who doesn't have a restless night where you don't sleep, insomnia? Who doesn't have moments where you're down? Those are small, and that's not to take away from people who tremendously suffer from bipolar disorder, serious depression, anxiety, PTSD. Those are very different, but they can be treated with that same openness and compassion and attempt for understanding by you than somebody who's just having a bad day. Or the kids that we are willing to give a lot of attention to because they have ADHD. I can tell you that it's not always easy to have someone in your life who has an atypical neurotype. I am neurotypical. I have my moments. Some might tell me I'm OCD, but I'm not. I just like to organize things and be organized in my life, but I can let that go as well. But I don't actually have a diagnosed mental health problem at this point in my life. That can always change. But I'm really blessed that I have some amazing, diverse people in my life that bring me great joy and sometimes great stress. Growing up, my sister and my dad were undiagnosed for ADHD, and it led to some interesting challenges. I was the studious one who liked order and to be able to focus on schoolwork when I was doing that, and to be able to sit down and read and fall into the world and the magical world of books. And sometimes that wasn't easy to do with two people in my life that were bouncing all over the place. But it gave me some interesting skills and tools to deal with it. I learned how to focus no matter what was going on, almost a hyper focus. I also tend to be more patient with people who are autistic and ADHD in my life because I grew up with that. I have dated people over the years who are addicts, recovering, or recurrent. And I've learned that addicts don't stop being addicts, they just recover. And so it's a lifelong commitment to support your friends and loved ones who have addiction problems, who suffer from depression and anxiety, and who range the entire neuroatypical range. There's amazing things and joy they can bring to your life, and when they're having a bad time or bad period, it's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to go, oh my God. But it's also okay to feel compassion for them and to support them during these things. And I would not trade a single one of these people in my life. They make me richer. They really bring some amazing things to my world. I will also openly take a moment to acknowledge that not everybody with mental health issues is a safe and sane part of our society. Sociopaths and all those are scary. And it is okay if somebody is dangerous and ill in a way that is not safe, or where their mental health challenges are impacting you in a very negative way. It's okay to have boundaries and to step away and to not feel guilty for that, because you do have to take care of yourself no matter what's going on. There's no shame in asking for help, and there's no shame in saying, I can't have you as part of my life because this isn't healthy for you or for me or for us. But it's also okay to reach a hand out if it's good and healthy and within your boundaries and say, can I help you? The other thing is, if you have people who are special in your life like this, don't try and fix them. Don't try and do the things to fix it for them. It's something I challenge and struggle with because I like to fix things. I like to help people. But sometimes the best thing I can do, and the hardest thing for me, is to just sit quietly and let them talk, and to be a witness, and to show them unconditional, compassionate support. So that's what I wanted to say. If you know somebody who suffers from mental health problems, reach out and give them a hug. Don't run away. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Are you willing to share the stories that you have, either of your own personal challenges or those of your family and loved ones? You can leave the names out. Sharing stories is one really good way, and sharing your personal experiences to help others understand the amazing gift these people can be in your life. They are not the diagnosis. They are an amazing person. And just like you also have things you struggle with. Nobody's perfect. Love to hear your stories, and I hope you'll be part of the conversation. See you next week.